Okay, I think I'm live. I hope. I have no image right now. Yeah, now I have image. Okay, let's see if on my phone. Yeah, the live appears on my phone, and hopefully this time the live chat will appear on my phone too. I really hope so. I'm really sorry for not responding to you in the previous stream. On my phone there were no comments. So yeah, I'm really sorry for responding only at the end of the stream, but my phone didn't show the live chat. I mean, it showed me that there's 0 comments. I'm sorry. This time, hopefully, there will be comments, and I will look at the live chat there on my computer too. Okay, so in this stream, I'm going to show you the Xbox 360 and PC games I have on my shelf. I also have to speed run it because a coworker asked me if I can replace him at my job. He has toothache, and I really I know how bad tooth pain is, so I'm going to replace him at work. So I will have to leave at around 4 Romanian hour, which means in about 2 hours and a half. So let's hope that I can finish this stream in 2 hours and a half. Probably not, but I hope so. And let's start. Let's start with what I have here. Oop, that's not a good start. Okay, here I have Madden 06. This is how the game looks like. This is my receipt. This is how many games I bought that day. It's long. Okay. This is the manual for Madden 06. Yeah, kind of basic, but yeah, it's Madden, and Madden 06 was, I think, the first Madden that came on 360. So this game was a revolution. I mean, the better graphics showed, and Madden looked really promising back then. Next up is Gun, which is one of the best Western games I've played, aside of Red Dead, of course, because it's not on that level of Red Dead Redemption, but Gun has free roam, which is pretty good. This is the booklet of Gun. Really nice design. And a space for notes. So if you haven't played Gun, you should. It's a really good Western game. It has free roam, and before Red Dead Redemption came out, this was the best Western game you could play. So yeah, play it. I really recommend it. It has a nice narrative, a nice story, a nice world. The game is really good. Of course, it's not as good as Red Dead Redemption, because that game series is something else. It's they are gaming masterpieces, but this one is also pretty good. It's not on the same level as Red Dead, but as I said, just try it out. You will be pleasantly impressed by this game. Gun. Okay, next up is Bulletstorm. Oh, let me just remove this sticker so that you can see the cover better. Okay, so next up is Bulletstorm. This one, no, let's just put it in focus. Bulletstorm. This is how the back design looks like, and this is how the interior design looks like. This is the booklet. Oh, it has a nice ad for Dead Space 2. Here's the booklet for Bulletstorm. Yeah, pretty basic the booklet, but hey, it's still nice that you get it. Bulletstorm. Okay, let's put the games back. Oh, I don't know from where the recipe is. I think it's from Gun. Okay. Next batch of games. Destiny. And this is a game I actually bought because it was in a bundle. I buy games at a shop that sell used products. And this one was in a bundle with other games. I don't I didn't want to buy Destiny for Xbox, but it was cheaper to buy the bundle with Destiny. I mean the other games. I forgot with which games I bought this one, but the other games in the bundle were great games, and I could buy them cheaper if I also bought Destiny with them. So I said yes to the bundle, and I also got Destiny. Next up is Def Jam Rapstar for the 360. This is how it looks like. Well, the previous owner smoked because the game smells like cigarettes. This is the booklet, and yeah, this is the game. Def Jam Rapstar. Okay, next up is Just Cause 2 Limited Edition. It comes in this packaging. So it comes it's the same, it's just that this design looks more premium because it also has a cardboard. And inside the disc, manual. Oh, exclusive content. This game smells like cigarettes too, so the previous owner must have been a smoker. This is Just Cause 2. The booklet. And the packaging looks really nice. Also, if you haven't played Just Cause 2 yet, you should. It's a great game. I had a lot of fun with the game back in the day. Okay, next up, the Beatles rock band. I think you already know what the game is by the title. I mean, it's a rock band game. Inside, it looks like this. It shows you how to download more songs. Oh, it also advertises the collector's edition. Nice trick, Rock Band. Nice trick. Here's the booklet. The Beatles. Story mode. The booklet is functional. I mean, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't impress in design, but it's functional. It tells you how to play the game and other strategies and quirks the game has. Okay, next up is, oh, and here it's written made in EU, so it's the European version, as you can see here, made in EU. Okay, next up is prototype. This is how the inside looks. And yeah, a functional manual. This is how the interior looks. Yeah, prototype. Next up is Child of Eden, which I haven't opened up yet. Oh, and now that I have a sealed game, just know that if you buy something, a new Xbox game, it should have this. This is the seal um, Xbox uses, so that you know that it's a legit game. It has to have this part, the Xbox. I think it even, yeah, certificate of authenticity. It's written here. So if you buy a new Xbox game, it should have this part. Because if it doesn't, then it might be just repackaged. It has to have this part. Alright, on to the next ones. I'll just finish the top shelf first. Driver San Francisco on PC. It just has a code and the disc came in this thingy. So yeah. Driver Parallel Lines, which is just the disc. It's from that period of time where you could just pop in the disc, install the game, and that's that. Unlike newer generation games that even if you have the disc isn't that important because it requires the code, and after you put the code in Steam, then it will just re-download the whole game again. This is Driver 3. The inside is pretty basic, but hey, you get Driver 3, no code, no bullshit, you just pop in the disc, install the game, and that's that. And I really love this type of design in PC games. I like newer games that require you to put the Steam code there and then they just re-download the whole game after you just installed it from discs. Great Adudu. Would you ever consider selling them? Yeah, of course. I will consider selling them. I um I definitely would. Okay, next up is Saints Row the Third. Doesn't have any manual. The game case is cracked, but hey, I still have the game. This next up is Oblivion. No manual, and I think that the guy that sold me this one isn't. This isn't a legit game. It's actually pirated, but I haven't noticed it until I got home. See, it's not a legit game, even when you look at it on the back. This is not a legit Xbox game. But yeah, I got fooled because at first glance it looks legit, but it's not. So yeah, I got ripped off. GTA or Saints Row? GTA. Even if Saints Row is funnier and has some has some better strong points than GTA, I still prefer GTA. It's more serious, it's denser, it's better thought out. I prefer GTA over Saints Row. But Saints Row is still a very good series. Next up is Skyrim, the Legendary Edition. It comes in this cardboard, and inside it has an interior design, though the interior design is just an alternative cover. As you can see, I can flip it over and it has another cover design. It has the cover design from the cardboard, from here. Okay, let's put it back in. Carefully. Okay, and let's see what manuals we have. Okay, so I have a sticker for The Elder Scrolls Online. I don't know if it's in focus. So I have a sticker. This is just a piece of paper. I have not even a booklet. This are just the control. This is the control mapping, and I also get a map. How cool is this? I love it when game publishers do this. So I also have the map of Skyrim. Of course, it's not that useful because it doesn't show each location. It's just some of the main locations of the game. But hey, you get a map, and I really appreciate that. I love it when game companies put posters, maps, and other stuff. It shows that they care. They don't just want your money. They care for you. And I love when game publishers do that. Okay. Skyrim, the Legendary Edition. Let's just put it back. Also, Skyrim, the Legendary Edition is compatible with Kinect, as you can see here on the cover. It's compatible with Kinect. Alright, next up is the Darkness 2, which has a manual. Ooh, in full color, that's nice. And I also have the Darkness 2 on PS3, and it's here. Let's compare the two versions. I mean, if we still have both versions at hand. So this is how the game looks on PS3. This is the 360 version. So their manuals are, let's see, the same, and on the back they are the same. Inside, this is in full color, and the PS3 one is in full color too. Okay, so they have the same design. Nice. So it's no difference in whether you bought it on for 360 or on PS3. The Darkness 2 is the same. Okay, let's go back, and this one back. And the last one is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is sealed. It has also the certificate of authenticity I've talked about. This one. So if you buy a packaged 360 game, look for this thing. If it has this thing, it means that it's probably legit. If it doesn't have, and the packaging is only clear, it might be repackaged or even bootlegged. Okay, on to the next ones. Next up is Tony Hawk Shred, for which you need a skateboard, a special skateboard for the 360. I think I have it nearby. I will look, but if I don't, then sorry, I won't show you the skateboard. This is how it looks like. This is how the interior design looks like of the game. And let me just look for the skateboard. If I will find it, I will show you. If I don't, then obviously don't. Oh, yeah, I have it here. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I have it here. So, in order to play this game, you need this board. The 360 Tony Hawk board. As you can see, it has buttons. It works on batteries. It has some pads so that it doesn't scratch the surfaces you play on. It has a sensor Here is the sensor. It works. It's an IR sensor, so it works like a TV remote. And this is the board. I remember when I was a kid that I really wanted this one, but now that I have it and played all the Tony Hawk games, I wouldn't have been that excited about playing Tony Hawk with this board. I mean, it looks so exciting in ads and on TV, but when I got to play it, the experience was underwhelming. I expected it to be much better than what the experience actually ended up. Okay, I've put everything back, and let's continue with the games. Next up is Gears of War 2. This is the interior design. I'm looking at the clock because, as I said, I have to go to work today, even if I had the day off, because a coworker has toothache and asked me if I can replace him, and I agreed because I know how ugly tooth pain can be, and he needs to go to the dentist. This is how the booklet looks like, and this is a really nicely designed booklet. I mean, look, it tells you about the weapons with images. It's in full color, and it's a booklet that it's just nice to look at. Just look at this, really nice. Oh, Ghost Face Killa, hi mate, hi there. It's a really nice design for a booklet. I love the design. And it's nice that some pages have blood stains, like for example here, but others don't. So it's not the same background for each page. They actually thought out a design for each page in particular. Here is some blood here on the margin, but on this page there is no blood on the margin, but is here. That's what I'm telling you, that each page has a different design, and this sort of attention to detail is it means a lot to me. Gears of War 2. But if you haven't played Gears of War, you should. If you have an Xbox and haven't played Gears of War yet, you should. It's one of the best Xbox games out there. And Gears of War 2 is my favorite out of all of the series. If you were to ask me which one is the best, in my opinion, Gears of War 2 is the best Gears of War game on the 360. Here I can say which one is the best, because with other games I just can't. I can't pick a favorite because they're all great. But in Gears of War I do have a favorite. Gears of War 2. The second game was my favorite. Next up is BioShock Infinite, but I can show you the interiors because I still have it sealed. Resident Evil 6, and here with Resident Evil, even if fans wouldn't agree with me, 5 and 6 and 7 and even 8 are my favorite Resident Evil games. I know that the first ones are the classic ones, and technically I should be excited about those, but I don't know. I didn't had the first Resident Evil games at heart that much. Though 4 was great. 4 was great. And from the 5th one ongoing, I started to love this series. Next up is Metal Gear Rising, which is also sealed. I don't really want to open it right now. But I think I have it on PS3. Yeah, I have it on PS3, and I can show you what the contents would look like. This is the PS3 version and the 360 version. Best BioShock game for me, The first, for me, it's the first one. Well, for me is, I think the first one too. Though, even if story-wise I prefer the first one, visually I like Infinite more. It's more colorful. But in story, I like the first one, and also in atmosphere. This is Metal Gear Rising. I like that the booklet is in full color. It even has an interior design. How cool is that? Okay, let's put it back and put the games back. Alright, next games. And these are, I think, all. No, I still have one 360 game here, Band Hero, which is also sealed. So yeah, and with this I've finished the 360 games I have on this shelf. I do have other 360 games on other shelves, but this is all I have here. Alright, next up is Hulk. If you haven't played this one, you should. It's a fun game. I do put it in my Xbox from time to time to just relax. Just sit back and relax. It doesn't have a manual, but hey, it's Hulk. And this is one of the games I put in my Xbox to relax. If you haven't played it, try it out. Okay, next up is Battlefield Bad Company. This is how the interior looks like. Oh, having actually this one, you know that Xbox Classics games are gray, but with Bad Company, it's a nice. The color is very fitting to the design of Battlefield Bad Company, or at least that's how I see it. Bad Company. This is what the manual looks like. Yeah, it's more functional than having some incredible design, but hey, it's, well, actually that grenade here and the duct tape on the picture here are nicely thought out. Okay, so Battlefield Bad Company, here you have it. It's in multiple languages because this is the European version. I bought it from Switzerland, from the shop I've told you about in other streams. This version is in French, German and Italian, because Switzerland has 3 main languages. Okay, next up is Halo 3 on the 360. Another classic. If you haven't played this one and have an Xbox 360, you should play it. Also, it's nice that they cared to put a poster in it. So I have the manual here. This is the manual of Halo 3. It's really nicely designed. It's in full color. Oh, let me just focus on it. It's in full color, as you can see here. Really nicely designed. It explains the characters in a nice fashion with pictures. I love the manual. It shows that they cared. I mean, they've put a lot of effort, and it's nice that the single player part of the manual is in blue and the multiplayer part is in orange, so that you know in the booklet where to scroll. How cool is that? And also they gave me a poster. On this part is a poster with Halo 3, and on the other end is a guide on the controls and stuff. But hey, you get a poster, and I appreciate game publishers that give you posters and other stuff when buying a game. instead of just getting the copy, getting a disc, and that's that. I really appreciate game publishers that do this, that give you a poster, that give you manuals, and you don't see that nowadays anymore with PS4 games or especially on PC games. I mean, nowadays you can't buy physical copies of PC games anymore. Everything is digital, and I hate buying digital. I I still buy because I don't have a choice, but if I would have a choice, I would always go for physical discs. No digital downloads. I remember buying an Xbox 360 at launch with Perfect Dark Zero and Quake Remake. Those were the times. Yeah, I remember the times. My first memory with the 360 is playing GTA 4. So yeah, I didn't play Quake or Perfect Dark Zero. My first memory with the 360 is playing GTA 4. Oh, here I have a PC game. This is Big Air stocked. It comes with, oh, well actually, it comes with a pretty hefty bunch of stuff. This is the manual. Yeah, it's nicely designed even if it's black and white. It comes with a poster. How cool is that? PC game that comes with a poster with the characters and stuff, and on the back you get the controls, so it serves as a guide too. And this is an ad for a Blu-ray and merch. Yeah, pretty nice that they've put so much into the packaging of this game. Big Air edition stocked. Okay, next up is GTA 4. And by the way, if you're looking for the perfect GTA 4 experience, get the 360 version. I've played GTA 4 8 times, and I mean I finished GTA 4 8 times because I played more than that by free roaming. So I've played GTA 4 around 8 times from start to finish. And from all the experiences I also have the game on PS3 and on PC. On PC it's, I don't have it here. I can't show the game on camera, but I I have it on PS3, I have it on 360, and at first I've played the game on PC. And on PC it's the game is a tough nut. Even if you buy it legally, legit, um, it's still a pain to optimize because you have to optimize it yourself. You have to um, make the tweak in the shortcut uh, um, uh, to make the workaround so that the game lets you use all of your resources that you have on your computer. It's a pain to optimize. Even if you buy it legit, it's still a pain. And it doesn't run that good except if you start doing tweaks. Okay, if you manage to make all the tweaks, the PC version is the best. But if you just want to pop in a disk or just get the game running after you just bought it, get the 360 version. It's the best. I mean, it's the smoothest. It has a nice color palette in comparison to the PS3. The PS3 lags and stutters, but the 360 version, okay, it has some moments where it does that, but they are much more rarer than on PS3. Also on PS3 the colors look washed out and too dark, while on the 360 they look more vibrant and colorful, and I like that. So my opinion is that GTA 4 is best played on a 360, not on PS4. I mean not on not on PS3 or PC. The best version in my opinion is the 360 version. I didn't get manuals, though maybe that the company from where I ordered the game, I bought this game new. Maybe the company, I don't know how they repackaged the game. I bought this game legally from a retail shop. So yeah, I don't know why I don't have manuals or other collectibles. I mean, on PS3, I do have a manual. Look, there's some hefty paperwork here on PS3. This is the manual with ads and full color. As you can see here, it even tells you which song plays at the radio at which hour. How cool is that? And I also got a map on the PS3 game. Here's one side of the map and here's the other part of the map. While on my 360 copy, I don't have anything. I don't have manuals, I don't have anything. And the game was packaged. I mean, it was sealed. Okay, I haven't looked closely if it has the seal of certificate I've told you about. I don't remember having that. But I ordered this game online. And it doesn't have any manuals. The disc is legit. I mean, it has the 360 logos. It's burned right. It can be read by an Xbox that isn't modded. So the disc is legit. Only the packaging doesn't look that legit. I mean, I don't get anything, no poster, no anything, and the printed paper doesn't go fully. So yeah, I don't know, but the disc inside is legit. Too bad that maybe I ordered the game from the wrong place. I don't know. But it's so comfortable to just sit back, relax, pop in GTA 4 in my 360 and just play. Instead of having to download it on my PC and then figuring out how to optimize the game. I don't like the PC version. Next up is FIFA 10, which, well, it's FIFA, you already know the game. This is how the manual looks like. And it also advertises the Java game. This is something unique, I mean, an advertisement for Java. Alright, and next up is Fable, which is an Xbox classic game. And back then you didn't get a manual, I just got the disc. It's an old disc because the print just feels old. You can't feel it through the camera, but I can feel it here that it's the old type of print. If you ever touched an old disc, you know how it feels. Alright, let's put them back and start the PC game collection. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Why doesn't it? Oh, like this. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I don't get any manual. It's just the disc. But hey, I have the game legit. What can I say? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on PC. I get a manual, and yeah, this is it. There are actually 2 discs here, and yeah, this is the game. Next up is the collector's edition, I mean the 3-pack with the Batman Arkham trilogy. The game is fully in English and in French, as you can see here on the packaging. And yeah, it's 3 games, and the 3 games don't have consistent design. I mean, in Arkham Asylum it says 100% hits, and it's the Game of the Year edition. This one is the Game of the Year edition too, but it's not 100% hits. And this one is just Arkham Origins. So even if they come from the same pack, they don't have consistent design. Okay, let's start with Arkham Asylum. Just a code and a disc. That's it. No manual. Next up, Arkham City. You get a manual and bunch of discs. And with Origins, small booklet, a 5-page booklet, and some discs. Batman Arkham Asylum. I don't remember in which order I've put they were before. Okay, next up is Shadow of Mordor. Let's just focus on it. Yeah, Shadow of Mordor doesn't have anything, no manual. It's just a big stack of discs. You can see here, just a big stack of discs. But hey, you get the game, what can I say? But yeah, it's pretty unimpressive to just get the disc and that's that. Here's War in the North, which is a game that if you haven't played yet, you should. Even if you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, you should still play this game. It's awesome. It has a code, it has the disc. And yeah, if you haven't played this one, you should. It's amazing. I mean, it's not really a masterpiece, but it's an amazing game. Okay, let's put them back. Prince of Persia, the Two Thrones. Oh, I don't have the disc. Well, this is disappointing. But yeah, somewhere I have the disc. Yeah. For Prince of Persia. What's your favorite Arkham game? For me, Arkham City, although I really like open world Arkham Knight. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite among the Arkham games. I can't. I like them all. I mean, each one has a certain charm. Even Origins, that is kinda hated. I mean, when it was released, it got a lot of hate. And yeah, Batman looks like an Irish guy. I mean, he has he's a little bit more redhead than more of a redhead than um, having his usual hair color. But I liked in Origins to be chased by 7 assassins on Christmas Eve. That was an epic setting. Even if later on in the story it got more dull, still, I like the plot. Even if people complain about Origins, I don't know. I like all of these series. I can't pick a favorite among them. Next up is Prince of Persia, the one from 2008. Oh, this is disc. This is just a cover. Okay, oh, it's not printed. Okay, I don't know what happened to this game. Next up is Hercules, which I was so excited to get. I bought this one for $1, and I was so happy when I found it. It's my childhood game. Every computer on our schools had a copy of Disney's Hercules. This is an ad for other Disney games, and every computer at school had Hercules and Aladdin, and some had also WWE, and almost all of them also had GTA 3, because there was always someone who was pirating and putting the and installing the games, and that guy usually hid the game so that our teachers didn't knew that there will be games on our computers. So yeah, and Hercules was always there, and that's how I grew up with Hercules. And later on, when I found this game, I was so happy that I just bought it right away. It was $1. This dude is like LGR but very underrated. Hopefully you got much more subs. You deserve it. Thank you, Mario Nickel 7. Thank you. Next up is Street Fighter 4. Oh, wait. Street Fighter 4. It has the disc. It has just one piece of paper with a code on the back. Yeah, kinda lame, but hey, you get the game. And even the box says Eco Box. It's written Eco Box on it. Next up is Crisis 3, which I remember that when playing this game, I was so blown away by how good the game looks. This was one of the best looking games I saw back in the day when it was released. I was just blown away by the graphics. Next up is Sleeping Dogs, which is like GTA but with Kung Fu. If you haven't played it, you should. It's a really great game. The booklet isn't all that exciting, sure, but if you haven't played this one, you should. As I said, it's like GTA but in Hong Kong and with Kung Fu. I recommend it. Right, next up is Tomb Raider, which, well, at least you get some papers, what can I say? You get a code. Oh, and you also get a manual here. Here's the manual. Nothing fancy. Oh, the manual isn't even a manual, because it says apparel, art, collectibles, exclusives, and more. And it just gives you a link to the merch store. This isn't even a manual. At least you get some piece of paper instead of just the cartridge, and that's that. Right? And next up, Just Cause 3, which I got as a present from a friend. And I was so excited to be able to play this one. It comes in multiple discs, and it was very annoying with this one and with other Steam games that if you put the code in, if you start putting the discs in, it installs the game, and then after it installs, it requires the code, and after you put the code in, the game just re-downloads, and that's so stupid. Why even bother with installing the game from discs and switching the discs as it installs, if after putting the code in it just re-downloads the whole game anyway? I never liked that in PC games of newer generation or of the last generation, because today you can't buy PC games in physical format anymore. They're dead. You can't. You can buy only digital. That's the only way you can buy PC games today nowadays. Or with codes, because you can still buy Steam codes for them. Next up is The Crew Wild Run. If you haven't played this one, I recommend it. But, and listen carefully, buy Wild Run edition. So play The Crew Wild Run, not just The Crew, because when the game first came out, it was just The Crew, and it got really bad reviews. And because of those bad reviews, people didn't play it anymore. But when The Crew Wild Run came out, people were still skeptic about it, and the hype train was over, and The Crew lost. So, but I've got to play only The Crew Wild Run, and if you ever want to play a good car game, play this one. But it has to be Wild Run, not just The Crew. Here are some codes for whatever, and the game comes in 2 discs. Next up is Titanfall 2, which has a really short campaign. I mean, it's only 4 hours long, but has, here's the manual, has one of the best multiplayers I have seen. I mean, you know how usually in multiplayer games there are always toxic communities. Well, here in Titanfall there is a mode where you and 4 other players defend a space, a base. And there, in that mode, everyone cooperates. There's no toxicity there. People are friendly in that multiplayer mode. So if you want to have, if you want to stumble upon a great community, a great online community, play Titanfall 2. It has one of the best multiplayer communities I have seen. Sure, some multiplayer modes do have toxic people, but there are also game modes in Titanfall 2 that don't have toxic people, and you will have a great time playing online in Titanfall 2. And the plot is also pretty good, even if it's short. It takes you around 4 hours to finish the game, but the plot is still good. Titanfall 2. I recommend it. Any hidden last gen gems you recommend? Well, the last gen gem, though I think it's not a hidden gem anymore, would be Kena. Kena, the Bridge of Spirits. Though that's not a hidden gem anymore because it got really good advertising. Next up is Angry Birds Space, which I bought because it's cheap. Even if you can find it on phones and playing it on PC isn't all that exciting, I found it really cheap and thought, why not? Angry Birds Space. Next up is Doom 2016. And I really love the design. I mean, you can flip the cover, the interior cover art, and get a different cover. The disc design is really nice. You get, well, this is just two this is just a folded paper, but yeah, hey, you get something. I mean, you still get some colored paper, what can I say? And the packaging looks nice. I mean, even if you don't get a manual, it still looks nice. Doom. it has a nice design. Next up is Call of Duty Ghosts, which is among my favorite Call of Duty campaigns. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. This is the code, and this is the season pass, and that's all of it. It's among my favorite Call of Duty campaigns in Ghosts. I really hope that they are going to make a Call of Duty Ghosts 2, because it ended in a cliffhanger, but at this point, since it was released in which year, I don't see where it's written. I think in 2016 it was released, I think. Since then, they didn't release another Call of Duty Ghosts, so I think that they aren't going to make a sequel of Ghost, which is too bad, because I loved the campaign in Ghost. It's among my favorite Call of Duty campaigns. Next up is Black Ops 2. Here's Black Ops 2. And yeah, this is the season pass. This is the manual. And you get 2 discs. Next up, Black Ops 1. Yeah, the manual isn't all that fancy, but hey, you get the game, which is nice. Oh no! And Call of Duty Modern Warfare Game of the Year Edition, where you get the manual. that's the whole package, with a lot of warning, license agreements, customer support, but not really much, not telling you much about the game. And it also has the rainbow design that you saw in my bootleg copies stream. The first Modern Warfare game. Right, next up. Mafia 2. Need for Speed Rivals, which I got as a gift from a friend. It has an advertisement here. And the discs. It's nothing fancy, but hey, it gets the job done. Next up is Most Wanted, which has only the code. Oh, it has some add to FIFA 13 and the game disc. Next up is Need for Speed, the reboot, which I hated. It looked nice from the advertisement. It looked promising. I mean, finally, it returned to the illegal street scene with tuning and all that good stuff. But what I hated about the game is the persistent network connection. I mean, I get it that the game has multiplayer. Okay, I'm okay with that. But if I'm playing the game in single player mode, don't give me server errors. I hate that. I mean, okay, you don't want me to pirate the game. Okay, but find other solutions. I want to play the game in single player if I bought it. I mean, if the game has a campaign, a single player campaign, let me play it in single player without internet. It was so frustrating to finally get that one annoying race in the game, right being first place, and right before finishing the race, server error, and I had to redo the whole race again from the start. That was super annoying, and that's why I hate this game the most. I mean, okay, it's a good game, but that's what I despise most about the game, the persistent internet connection. I mean, sure, in a multiplayer game, of course you need a persistent internet connection, but if it's a single player campaign, let me play it in single player alone, without needing internet. Okay, next up is the box with Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, and Most Wanted. This is how it looks like from the side. Let's open them up. This is Underground. Oh, the disc is so old. You can tell by the print on it. This is how the second disc looks like. This is disc 2. This one's red. And the box even has an imprint of EA BioBox, says here. EA BioBox. Next up is Need for Speed Underground 2. This is how it looks like from the interior. Disc 2 is here in this thing. It's still blue, just like the other one. And this is how the manual looks like of Need for Speed Underground 2. Oh, it's for Windows 2000 XP and Professional. It's an old game, but it aged well. I mean, I streamed it in 2019. That's the last time I've played the game, and it was still as good as when it was released. Hello, do you have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm for Xbox 360? No, but I do have them on PS3. Most Wanted. This is how it looks like. This is the manual. This one is also in an EA BioBox. You can see here it's written EA BioBox. This is the manual with notes and stuff. So yeah, this is the OG trilogy. The best. The Need for Speed games. Let's put them back and show you more. Oh wait, let's just put them in another order. Right. does not exist for Xbox 360, only for PS3. I don't remember if it exists on 360. Uh, um, to be sure, look at my all Naruto games for PS3 and 360 review on YouTube. Um, there are specified which one are exclusives and which ones are not. I don't remember them from memory right now, but look up for that video and you will see which ones are exclusive. But as far as I remember, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, I mean this one, should be available for 362. I mean, I don't remember it to be PS3 exclusive as far as I remember, but to be sure, look at my all Naruto games for PS3 and 360 review. I found something on Igbro. Okay, next up is Metro Last Light, the complete edition. This is how the interior looks like. Oh, it has an advertisement for this is a Titan, a GTX Titan. The gaming supercomputer is born. This is how the manual looks like. And this is an advertisement for I think the book series. Brief Guide to the Universe of Metro. This is an advertisement for the book series. Yeah. Right, next up is Orcs Must Die. Which is a decent game if you're just bored and want to kill some time, but it's not really that exciting. And here under the disc there's an advertisement for other PC games. Okay, next up is Zombie Driver. Which is just the disc, but at least it has a nice interior design. Okay, next up is Hitman Absolution, which if you haven't played yet, you should. This one's amazing. In my opinion, it's the best Hitman game. I mean, the missions you get here are the best in my opinion. It's even better than the new Hitman that came out. This is my favorite Hitman game. The disc has a barcode, just like the character. This is the manual. Oh, actually, let's just look at the manual. Oh, I even get a DLC. Sleeping Dogs. For Sleeping Dogs. This is Hitman Absolution. It's a nice design on the manual. It looks like an old case file. And an advertisement for Tomb Raider. Here's a print I've made of Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos on PC. This is a print I've made for the game. Because I just wanted to have a place for my disc to sit. So yeah, it's not even printed right, but yeah. I grew up with Power of Chaos on the Yu-Gi-Oh part of things. Right, next up is Mad Max. Here's Mad Max. It just has a bunch of discs. It's nothing exciting. It's just a bunch of discs. Oh, and they have a nice rainbow effect. As I've told you that I like the rainbow effects on discs on my bootleg copies. And Darksiders. At last, Darksiders. Just has a code and a disc. That's all of it. Right, on to the next ones. Oh no. Outlast. I printed this for a dramatic effect. Lead and Gold, which is a multiplayer game, but I think that the servers are down now. It's just a disc, but hey, you get the game, and I bought it cheap. Yeah, at least that. Next up is Fallout New Vegas, which is just a code and disc. And now Patricians, which opens like this first. The cover art opens like this, and then the game itself is inside of wait, I have to open it up from this because it has some duct tape on it, and it opens like this. Okay, why doesn't it open? It should slide off. Yeah, it's disappointing that even if it has this nice cover, they didn't bother to print some paper on this one. It's just blank. So yeah, poor job on this part. The manual is hefty. I mean, it's really thick. Maybe it's the European version. Let's see if it has multiple languages. Oh, it doesn't have multiple languages. Okay, so the whole manual just explains the game mechanics. It's a dense game, and it tells you about strategies and stuff, and it's really thick, which is a nice plus. The only gripe I have is this part. Oh, and it says on the disc, do not lend or make illegal copies of this disc. So I can't even lend it to a friend. Wow, that sucks. Okay, let's put it back. Get on to the next games. Next up is Nick's Quest, which is a game also compatible with MacBooks. Look, you can play this one on a Mac. On Mac and PC. Even here it says PC and Mac. The cover opens like this. Pretty cool. Oh, slides off. This is how the cover looks like. This is the disc. As you can see, it's pretty old by its design. And these are the manuals. It's in multiple languages, that's why it's so thick, but what I appreciate is that it's in full color. Not every manual is in full color, and I appreciate when a manual is in full color. Especially since there's so many pages. There are so many pages in it. Oh, and look, it also has an interior design. So if this outer cover gets damaged, you can switch it with the one from inside. Nice packaging. I love it. Let's put it back and proceed. Okay, it didn't went in like it should. Right, I'm looking at the clock because I have to replace a coworker and friend at my job. He has toothache and I wanted to help him. He needs to go to the dentist. Okay, and next up is Blade Axe, which is has huge packaging, as you can see here. First off, it opens like this, so it has this part too, and then it's a huge box, and inside, let's just open it up. Inside you get a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see what's inside. Okay, so first off you get a manual, which is actually a book with strategies. I don't know why there is an Xbox controller when the game is for Windows, but anyway. So it's the manual from Xbox, apparently. It's in full color, which, as I've told you, I appreciate game manuals that are in full color. It also has the game. It also has a guidebook for strategies. And here it's in full color again. And it tells you about strategies in the game. And it's really thick. You have to appreciate the thickness of this manual. Wow. And after all of this stuff you get in this collection, there's also a big ass poster. Look how big it is. Oh, let me just autofocus. Look how big this poster is. And it's also a calendar for the year 2010. How cool is this? You get a lot with this game. It's like a collector's edition. This is the map from the other part, and this is the poster. Oh, let's just keep it. And this is the poster. I really appreciate game publishers that put so much effort into the packaging. Oh, wait, how does it fold? I think like this, then like this, then oh no. Not like this. Oh, like this and that. Okay. So you get a lot. I mean, just look at this. These are the contents you get with this game. There's a lot. I mean, you get books, blade axe. Oh, why doesn't it go in? Oh, and even if the game cover looks sexual, just know that this game has a rating of 12. It's for kids of 12 years old. 12-year olds. Even if the game might look too sexual. Okay, let's close it and proceed to the next games. Put them back. Alright, next games. Here I have Tractor Racing Simulator, which is as bad as it looks and sounds. I mean, just look at the screenshots. It's just as bad as it looks. It's just a disc inside. But yeah, this game is just as bad. Tractor Racing Simulator. Okay, next up is Armies of Exigo. It's an old game. I mean, it occupies 1.5 gigabytes of space. It requires internet. It requires a 1.5 gigahertz processor. It needs only 384 megabytes of RAM. Comes like this, in this old format. This is the booklet, and there's also this paper with Armies of Exigo and this chart. Not bad. I mean, for that time, I'm satisfied with this packaging. Steve, have a nice day, bro. Thank you. You too, Steve. Armies of Exigo. Right. Next up. Oh, I forgot to put the disc back in Armies of Exigo. Okay, next up is Surf's Up, which is sealed, so I prefer not to show you what's inside. I don't want to open it up yet. Surf's Up. Right. Next up is Fear 3. Doesn't have anything exciting. It's just a code and a disc. It has that nice rainbow effect. And that's about it. I'm sorry. Shadows Awakening. Which is like League of Legends. It has an advertisement for another game, and this is the manual, which has like 5 pages, and the disc. It's not exciting, but yeah, this is the game. What most rare collections do you have? I don't know, maybe the video game collection. I do have old Kinder toys. I guess that counts as rare collectible. This is a game I got from my uncle in Spain. I remember playing this game and being really ugly, and well, I was super young, so I can't really tell you much about the game. It's only in Spanish because it was bought in Spain, and yeah, this is the game. Maybe I will do a review one day of this game, Alien Infestation. Okay, next up is Urban Empire for PC. Comes in a box. Let's open the box. Yo, that will have a nice value next time. Your top 3 favorite console. My top 3. Well, it will be the PSP, definitely. Though, considering that the Vita can play PSP games, I don't know which ones. I mean, the PSP has more sentimental value to me. I grew up with the PSP. Another great console is the PS3, the 360. I like all of them. I can't choose a top. This is the design. Urban Empire, Biomayer. The booklet is thick. And there is also a poster inside. This is what the poster looks like. Oh. So you also get a poster. They get credit for packaging. Really nice packaging they have here. I mean, not only that you get a poster, a thick manual, a nice design, but it also comes in a box. The game also comes in a box, so they get credit for packaging. This is the limited special edition. Alright, next up is the Evil Within, which has some codes. This is the manual. It has an Xbox One controller, even if the game is for PC. Oh, on the right there is a mouse. Okay, and bunch of discs. But it's nice that it has an interior design. I appreciate it. Alright. Next up is Hunting Unlimited 2008. Which is kinda as bad as it looks. But hey, oh, just a disk, and that's about it. And it says in the installation here that you have to place the CD into the CD ROM drive, auto run, click start to run. It tells you how to install the game on the disk. It's written here. Right, next up are Lost Horizon 2, which comes in a steel case, and it has some nice interior design, as you can see here. Let's look at the booklet. This is how the booklet looks like. And it's half because this is in another language. So it becomes backwards when the language switches. This is in English. Oh, sorry. This is in English. And this is in French. And at the middle they switch. This is how the interior design looks like. This is how it looks like with the booklet. And this is the game in a steel case. Lost Horizon 2. Okay, next up is Prince of Persia, the OG one, the 3D one. Just it's a 2 disc version, has another disc right there, and yeah, nothing fancy about it. It's just the first Prince of Persia game. Right, next up are these ones. Best in Farming Agricultural Simulator. Which, well, if you're into games of this sort, isn't that bad, but if you're not, then, well, it requires only 1 gigabyte of RAM, so you can guess how old this game is. I mean, you can guess from the year. It's from 2012. And yeah, this is Agricultural Simulator 2012. This is the first Templar for PC. It comes in just one disc. It has a booklet. Oh, let me just put it. Oh, it has an ad for Tropico. And yeah, the booklet is just functional. It doesn't have anything that stands out design wise. The Last Templar. The Last Templar. Okay, next up is Farming Simulator 2015. Which I think that you already know what this game is. Only from the name, but it's also a popular game. And also the game is compatible with a controller, with 1 person, with 2 people. Okay, next up is Jericho, which I haven't opened up yet. It's still sealed. It's still sealed. Jericho. And 2 worlds. which comes in this huge box. It's a double box, and inside there is a hefty manual. I like it that it's in full color, really nice. And that's about it. I don't know why they made it in a double case, maybe to look more premium or to make it look like it's a special edition, even if it's not actually a special edition. But yeah, it comes in this huge box, even if you don't get anything extra to justify the huge box. I mean, sure, a thicker booklet, you can see thicker booklets in normal game cases too. It doesn't have to be this thick. Okay, I can also show you my bootleg version of GTA San Andreas. I drew this as a kid. I got the disc with San Andreas copied when I was really young. I even drew the disc art, as you can see here, and I also drew with crayons the cover. So yeah, this is my version of GTA San Andreas. It's unique, only I have it. Because you asked me if I have anything rare. Yeah, this is super rare because only I have it, because I drew it myself, this cover art of GTA San Andreas. Okay, next games. Next up is Taxi, which is sealed. Landwirtschaftssimulator 17. This one sealed too, and this is actually an add-on. It's not a game. It's you need the Farming Simulator 2017 to for the game to work. Next up is Epic Goetion, which is actually just 2 words with 8 new multiplayer campaigns. So it's 2 words. It's sealed, so I don't want to open it up. This is Line of Sight Vietnam, which I've paid for less than $1 for this one. Doesn't have much. The disc is old, you can feel it, and yeah, it's nothing fancy. Next up, Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. It's just one disc. The game is really good, so if you haven't played it, do it. It's a great Western game. Next up, Total War Rome. It's just a disc. Mud. Favorite PSP games. Mine are Chains of Olympus, Patapon, and Metal Gear game. I can't pick a favorite on PSP because I have so many. No, I really can't. I have too many favorites on PSP, and it depends on the mood and on the genre that I want to play. I mean, I have some favorite racing games, some favorite free roam games, but I can't pick some favorites. This is Pro Evolution Soccer 2006. And some nice documentation here. Let's see what it has. So this is the booklet. Oh, it's nice that it's in full color. Or well, it has some colored pages. An advertisement for the Konami website. And a free trial for the download 12 free pages. Oh, for the export guide. So you can download only 12 pages for the guide of Pro Evolution Soccer 2006. Alright. Oh, I forgot to show you my printed version of Half-Life 1. I also have Red Faction here, which by the time it was released, it was a really good, it was a pretty impressive game. I mean, Red Faction had some of the best destructible environments back in the day, but when it was released. The manual isn't all that interesting, but yeah, the game itself is pretty good. Alright, next up is Aquadelic GT. It's just one disc, that's all. Funky boat racing. Actually, it's a pretty fun game. If you want to just kill some time, you can try it. Aquadelic GT. F1 Race Stars. This is actually a pretty fun game. I first played it as a demo on PS3 and liked it so much that when I saw it on PC, I just bought it. This was a ripoff. I mean, I've paid for the game, and when I came home, no disc. It's just one code. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. So you don't get any disc. It's just a piece of plastic and a license. I thought I would buy a physical disc, but no. And I also have The Witcher 1, which doesn't say that it's The Witcher is Zaklinach, because I ordered it from Romania, but they told me that they are going to get me the game from their Czech stock. So this game came from the Czech Republic. I guess that's why it says Zaklinach, but inside the game is in English. If you boot it up, it's in English. It's just that the cover says the cover is in Czech. And inside, this is the disc for The Witcher 1, and I also got some postcards with The Witcher, with Zaklinach. And this will be the shelf. These are all the PC games I have on this shelf. But I can also show you some of my PC games I have from cereal boxes, because they're easily accessible from one of my drawers. Because we still have time. I still have 50 minutes left. And I can show you those games, and after that I'll end this stream. Okay, let's show you the PC games I have from cereal boxes. Oops. Oh, and from cereal boxes I also have a collector's edition sort of stuff. I mean, I don't know how many of you have such PC games, but I do. Let me show you. I have this packaging for a PC game in an egg. I bought this once from a Happy Meal. Oh, not from cereal boxes. See? Happy Meal. There are some games with some dragons. From Happy Meals. Okay, and now from here I have some games, but I also have documentaries. Oh, this is a bootleg I've made. This is the Sonic copy I tried to make. Yeah, Sonic Racing. It even has bonus cards that I printed out. Alright, and here I have Euro Truck Simulator 2. Oh wait, the focus isn't right. Euro Truck Simulator 2. I have Rock of Ages. I have Bully. I have Hit and Run. I have Jurassic Park, the game from 1997. I have Atomic Bomberman. I have Call of Juarez, Gunslinger, Jazz Jackrabbit 2, and Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay, and I have Angry Birds Breakfast 2. This came with cereals. This is Dreamfall. I think it's the full game from the Level magazine, and it also has other demos. This is how the disc looks like. This is a game I bought from a store. It was $1. Oh. Oh, I forgot to put this back inside. Oh, and I forgot to put this one in the Hitman Absolution game case. Let's just put them so that I don't forget about them. Alright, okay, so I bought this one for around $1 back in the day. The game was pretty good. Scooter Pro. Okay, I also have Monster Trucks Extreme, which I bought with cereals. These are the other games you could buy with cereals. This is how the disc. Oh, I didn't buy it with cereals. I bought it with the Junior magazine. Okay. Okay. I also have Team Hot Wheels Beja. This is how the disc looks like. I have Team Hot Wheels Motox, Team Hot Wheels Drift, and again Team Hot Wheels Drift. And Immortal Cities Children of the Nile. Enhanced Edition. I don't know where I have this game from. It doesn't say, but yeah. I have Immortal Cities. These are some screenshots. Oh, I have it from a Level magazine. Nice. This is Wildlife Park 2. And Midnight Racer. And I have more right here. Football Generation, which I have from a cereal box. GP vs Superbike, which I don't know where I have it. Oh, I have it from a cereal box too. These are movies. This is a movie. This is a movie. Movie. Oh no. Movie. Oh, these are all movies. Okay, so from this batch, I have only movies left. I mean documentaries. Okay. And now I do have some more games in this CD holder. And with this, I can finish this stream after I show you what I have in this disc holder. So here I have the full version of 80 Days Around the World. I remember when playing this game and getting stuck somewhere in the game because I was too young to figure out how to get past stuff. This is disc 2 of 80 Days Around the World. This is another game that is it's educational. It's nothing fancy, and you won't enjoy it playing it now, but it was okay back then as a kid. This is a hidden gem actually. I like the game. It has a little bit of difficulty too, and it's a really nice game. I recommend it to you if you ever find it. Dracula Twins. I also have some other educational games. This one is with pirates. I have Simon the Sorcerer. Some hardcore gamers know about this game. It's actually pretty good. Simon the Sorcerer. I have Ulysses, but this is an educational game. I have Hercules, which is also an educational game. I have Learn English with a Dragon, which is also an educational game. More educational games. This one is Snow White. Yeah, I think I will bore the crap out of you if I show you every educational game I have here. Oh, this one. This one is also a hidden gem, which I recommend you to play if you find it. It's a good game. This is a level CD from 2005. And that's about it, because else I have only educational stuff. Okay, so this was the stream. I think that, yeah, I think that these are all of my PC games, because nowadays you can't buy physical discs anymore. I do have other games on other platforms, like on the Wii, on the PlayStation 2, on the 360. I have other games, but they are in boxes and or on other shelves. But if you want to see those, just notify me in the comments, anywhere else, and I'll try to showcase those games too. Until then, thank you for watching this stream, and see you in the next ones. Have a nice day. Yes. I have nostalgia for educational games. Also, I'll mostly lurk, if that's okay. Oh, I arrived late. Still next time. Oh, okay, Vidis Gaming. Until next time. I don't have any more games to show, so I'll just end the stream. But if you want, I can show you my Yu-Gi-Oh game, my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the ones that I have, and we'll see in other streams. If you're interested in me streaming, I mean, I can stream games. We'll see. But until then, thank you for watching this stream, and see you in the next ones. Bye.